All right, welcome to the Atlanta Baseball Podcast. We're going to try a new format today. Not format, more of a video thing. I absolutely hated the video editor that I was working with. It's like through the Spotify thing, like Riverside, and it was just terrible. So I couldn't deal with it anymore. So we're going to be doing something interesting, but that means that there's going to be a lot more chunky, and it's not going to be editing very well, and I'm going to have to do a bunch of self editing. So we'll see how it goes. But wanted to do a quick series recap of the Marlin series. Um, I think that's a great testament of how much I'm struggling right now and how much I don't know what's going on because I did a series preview of the Marlins and I only did 3 games because I just assumed that there was 3 games and I wasn't paying enough attention to the schedule and all that stuff. So I only did 3 games. Turns out they played a 4 game series. So cool on me. But the Braves won 3 games. Unfortunately, they dropped the first one, but they played really well after the first one because they got absolutely bombshelled in the first game and lost 12-0. It was not pretty. We're not going to talk about a whole bunch. Just know that the Braves looked bad and the Marlins looked really good. But then the next 3 games, we outscored the Marlins 26-8. So I think that's pretty good. I think it was a great bounce back series that would have been really difficult to be in the midst of 13 straight games. You're in Miami, you're playing in front of nobody because no one's in the stands. It's probably hot and muggy and all that stuff, even though it's in a dome. Just maybe distracted by being in Miami. Could have been very easily just snowballed and played absolutely poorly the entire series, but the Braves did not. And I think that's a really great sign of how the season could go with the resiliency that they're showing with the late inning wins, with bounce back games like these. I think that that's a really great sign. I'm not quite sure that they are 110 win team, which I think that's what they're on pace for. But I think that they're, that 99 and 95 win team range. They'll probably hit a slide in the dog days of the season. But I think they've really established that they're legit. But another busy part of the series is after game one, the Braves made some moves, to say the least. They sent Richie down, which that was my bold prediction that he was going to have a great game and strike out 10. So I absolutely blew that one. Then they released Bummer, which joke in there. That was a bummer. But he pitched terribly. And they just threw him to the dogs that game. Like Walt Weiss knew he was going to get sent down or released, not even sent down, straight up released, because he gave up like 6 or 7 runs. Like they just left him in there, like just take it. We can't afford to blow our bullpen. Um, but then Baldwin got hurt, and so they sent him to the IL. But they also brought back Dylan Dodd off the IL. So a lot happened after game one. And then after all those transactions, the Braves won 3 games in a row, so they are on a heater. The hitters, they wasn't really like a awesome for anybody in particular. Michael Harris had a great series. He got 6 hits, 330, 3 average. He hit 2 bombs the last game, and he hit 3 home runs overall, 5 RBIs. Acuna was back. That was awesome to see. He went 4 for 11. Wasn't a super like powerful series, but he scored 5 runs. So, man, that guy's just electric. Even though maybe he won't, he's not hitting a whole bunch of home runs or anything, but like, man, that guy just plays electric. I think that's probably a little bit why he gets hurt more frequently. Excuse me, but he he runs the bases hard, and he's a firecracker, as they say. Um, but it was also a good series. That they hit 6 home runs to get all total. I think Smith, Harris, Yaz, and Riley are the players that hit home runs. So that was great to see. And the pitchers, I thought it was really fascinating. The bullpen is outstanding, and that is, I never would have thought I would have said that before the beginning of the year. But if you take out Bummer from the bullpen, the Braves bullpen did not give up a run this series, which is incredible. That they really are performing well. I think Dodd only strengthens their bullpen, so they're in a really, really good spot. We also got to see a position player, Mateo. He pitched 1 inning, didn't give up a run, looked pretty good. He wasn't like I think they should outlaw position players, especially, or they should put like a minimum miles per hour. Like I hate that EFIS like will just throw 40 miles an hour. That's just a mockery of the game. I absolutely hate it. I like that Mateo went out there and threw it. So that was awesome to see. And then Sale and Strider looked absolutely amazing. Again, so I think our pitching is pretty good. Um, that kind of wraps up the series for me. They picked up another game and a half on the Phillies because since the Phillies lost 2 games in a row, and they're the first team to 35 wins, so things are just rolling. The predictions, though, the things I got right is that we got a series win. I didn't quite foresee that we were going to get shellacked in game one and lose 12-0 and just get blanked. But I did call that Meyer was going to give us some trouble. I thought that he came off a good start. He's a good pitcher. And I thought that he was going to give us a trouble, and he did. He pitched 6 innings, only gave up 3 hits and no runs. So I was a little right on my predictions with the series win and who we we're going to face. Um, but my bold prediction was way off. I thought Richie was going to strike out 10. He did not. He pitched poorly and got sent down. Hopefully, we see him. He just got to figure out like how to go deeper in the games, how to get a little more swings and misses, and I think he'll be back. I think he could help us out. He's just young and inexperienced, and just needs a little more growing. But he did well when he was up here. Like this was his worst start, and but I hope to see him back up. That'd be cool. Um, but the upcoming series with the Nationals, we come back home playing the Nationals. They're pretty much a 500 team. A lot of up and down for them, but they've been playing pretty well. As of late, we're going to see Richard Lovelady, even though he is a reliever. I don't know what they're doing with that. He always just starts one game, or he starts 1 inning, and then they just use a whole bunch of bullpen guys. I don't really know what's going on with that. I couldn't really figure that out through the research that I did. Um, but he was DFA'd by the Mets earlier this season and then picked up by the Nationals and sometimes starts for them, sometimes saves games. He's got 3 saves, so kind of just a jack of all trades over there. Then we're going to see Jake Irvin. He is a righty. He's 1-4 this season with like almost a 6 ERA. So he gives up a bunch of runs, walks a bunch of guys. We saw him earlier in the year, so something to look out for. We saw him earlier in the year, and he actually hit Acuna twice. So, man, if he hits Ronnie the first at bat, I'll just say that the benches will clear. But I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think it was intentional. But gosh, to hit a dude twice, we're gonna see everybody will be on edge. I can imagine. But excuse me. But he put up. We get 3 runs off of him in 5 innings last time we saw him. And then we saw Foster Griffin. That he'll be going game 3 expected. He's 5-2 this season, kind of a 4 ERA. He's been okay. The last 2 starts haven't been great because he's given up, I think, 2 or 3 home runs in each start. But he faced us back, I think it was 421. He got the win. He pitched 6 strong innings, only gave up 3 runs. So he's a good pitcher and had our number last time. So hopefully we can have his this time. But for the Braves now, the Braves were going to go with Bryce Elder, Grant Holmes, and then Perez. Elder, man, just such a tough loss last game. Pitched 7 beautiful innings, go out on the 8th, which I am all for. I loved it. He just left one pitch a little more over the plate than he wanted to. He wanted a little more outside, and got a home run hit off of him and got the loss. So that sucked. But I think there's no reason why he isn't going to go out there and throw another 6 or 7 scoreless innings. Um, and then Grant Holmes, he pitched really well last time. I hope that that's like a confidence builder. He can kind of settle down, isn't like pitching for it, feeling like that pressure of like, oh, I'm pitching for my job every single time I'm going out, and that he's an established starter. And I hope that he just kind of builds on that confidence, and he's able to pitch another good one. He looked great last start. I thought he could have gone one more, but the rain came in and made him shut it down. So we'll see if he can give us another 6 or 7. Perez, I'm sorry, 6, 7. Just can't get that out of my head without the kids that I have. They're always saying that baloney. But Perez, definitely wouldn't say it's an amazing start. He gave up 4 runs, but he kept us in the ball game, especially after starting off poorly. He fought and gave us, I think, 5 innings. But I think that he'll pitch a lot better this go around. I mean, I think that's going to be a huge mental boost for him to know, like, okay, I'm going to start in 5 days. I'm going to get into a routine. I'm not going to be in the bullpen. I think that's going to do really well for him. So I think that he's going to have a good start for us against the Nationals for sure. But then with the Nationals, like I said, a little background on them. They're 25-26, pretty much 500. They're 10 games back. They have won 3 series in a row. Well, technically, no, they played a 4-game set with the Mets and split. But whenever you win 2 games, it's kind of a series win, right? And then they won a series against the Orioles and the series against the Reds. So they're playing pretty well right now. But they're a lot of up and down, a lot of young guys. But they got like C.J. Abrams. He's good. It's taken him a while to figure it out. He was like a huge prospect, I think, for the Padres, and he just wasn't really panning out as what they thought, and so he got traded to the Nationals. And then he's kind of struggled a couple years with them, but now he's playing really well. Fun story. I actually saw him play in high school. I forget what team he played for in high school, but I was actually there to watch the other team because my college teammate coached that team, and I didn't know who Abrams was, but there was like 4 or 5 scouts in there, and then I figured out who they were watching for, and like I think he played shortstop for him. And so like all the scouts get out their video cameras, and I think it was his like second at bat or something, but they're getting out their video cameras, and they're like filming him. And then Abrams hit this bomb, and I look over at the scout, and he just like films it, and then he like closes his camera, and then he just goes, and then just walks away, like just this like, yeah, that's enough, okay, and just walks away. And I don't know why I thought that was one of the funniest things. But he's probably their best player, hitting 297 with 42 RBIs and 10 home runs. So he's playing well for him. He's starting to figure it out. Hopefully for the kid. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. But yeah, now for the predictions. I think the Braves are going to sweep. I don't know why, but I'm tired of calling just a series win and being right all the time. I'm going to take a little stretch. Won't be a bold prediction. I'll take a stretch and say that the Braves sweep. Even though the Nationals are playing well, they're not a terrible team by any means. I think that we're going to finish this 13 game in a row stretch and get a series sweep. For the bold predictions now, I'm gonna go on a limb. This is the definition of a bold prediction. I'm gonna say our shortstop Kim is going to hit his first home run of the season. Sorry, the first home run of the season. That is a bold prediction because he hasn't really looked super great at the plate. But he did get 2 hits in the Marlins series. So I'm just going to say that he's kind of figuring it out. He's finally getting there. His legs are getting under him. He looks like he's enjoying himself out there. It doesn't look like he's like super aggravated. but I think it's just going to click. He's going to run into a ball and he's going to hit his first home run and do it at Truist Park, and the fans are going to go nuts. So that's the recap of the Nationals. Hopefully, we get that series sweep. Kim hits a bomb, and all will be right in the world. So check us out in a couple days when we're playing. I don't even know. I haven't checked, but I'll see you around.